If you've been wondering about the mysterious note when you wake up in the tavern, wonder no more. Hey everyone, it's Pratty Matty. I took a dive into the latest Sea of Thieves Adventure. This is the 4th adventure in Sea of Thieves called Lost Sands. You're presented with a golden opportunity to help Merrick at Golden Sands, however, Larinia is concerned of mysterious figures forming against them. There's a long list of deeds to complete, which includes finding journals and destroying rowboats. More on that later in the video. And of course there are some sweet rewards in the form of a sail, lantern and title. When you speak to Larinia outside the tavern, you'll be presented with 2 options: to help Golden Sands or investigate strange sightings. Choosing the Hunter's Path will give you some instructions to go and help out Merrick, who's decided to help the residents of Golden Sands. You'll be given a note, in case you weren't listening, and then chart a course for Golden Sands Outpost in the west of the map. When you get there, you'll find the place is still a mess, although someone has been building some sort of defences on the shoreline. Grab yourself the first journal, Homecoming, which is in the east on the ground as you step off the bridge. As you head over to Merrick, you'll realise this is going to take more than one episode of changing rooms or ground floors to sort out. The residents are busy trying to fix things, so thank goodness Merrick with his optimism is there to help. Merrick will let you know that 2 of the residents, Tina and Sharon, headed off to fetch supplies but haven't come back.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried about them.
You'll get given a note with the supplies they need to rebuild, which obviously include medical supplies, food rations and... Oh, okay. I forgot, they're pirates. Best go get the rum and the sailcloth then. You'll find Tina a short sail away on Cannon Cove on the southwestern side of the island. She'll give you some instructions to find her rum bottles. You've got to dig them up near this campfire. Get them on your ship and go and collect the 2 journals, Finding Help and Sealed, which are located in the northwestern cove on the beach. One thing to note about these supplies is that they need to be delivered in perfect condition. Make sure you don't knock the rum too much and try to keep the cloth out of the water. After this, you can head on over to Smugglers and find good old Sharon in the southwestern side of the map, who will also give you a location of some sailcloth. Once you've dug this up, you can collect another journal, Digging Up Trouble on the eastern beach. Deliver all of this to Merrick back on Golden Sands. Apparently Tina and Sharon will find their own way back though.
I'm grateful for what you've done, truly I am, but we're far from done here.
Merrick will then tell you to keep on bringing them supplies to help rebuild in the form of resources. He also asks you to destroy any Soulflame Rowboats that you come across. Hang on, what's a Soulflame Rowboat? These fancy looking rowboats are available now for the low price of Abandoned on the Shoreline. They feature a Soulflame lantern, storage chest, and ominous glowing explosive device on the back. Get your rowboat today! Although to destroy them you can't shoot them or use throwables. Simply wander up, ignite the keg which will explode in a large green puff of magical smoke. To finish things off, head on over to Stephen Spoils and have a read of Setting Sail again. But of course there's another path you can take when you first talk to Larinia. A path that will undo any of the good that you've done at Golden Sands so far. If you choose a servant's path when speaking to her, she'll tell you all about a mysterious figure on Wanderer's Refuge, just to the southeast of Golden Sands. You'll simply need to head up into the bell on the highest peak, where a mysterious floating lantern will appear and then disappear. Follow the trail of glowing parrots to the next hint, until you find a mysterious servant of the flame waiting for you.
Welcome. We have much to discuss.
He'll tell you to get on over to Reaper's hideout and disappear into the ether, but before you leave, collect the Masked journal, which is in the large cave in the middle of the island. And of course when you get to the hideout, grab this journal, Cloaked, situated on the wooden scaffold with the cannon that faces south. Once you talk to him, you can find all about his hatred for Golden Sands and how he's honouring his father, Captain Flameheart.
Bell, Merrick, and all those weak souls that have scuttled back to repair it. They will soon realise that resistance is futile.
The servant will give you a list of orders and his compass, which will direct you. You need to get to Twin Groves and Cannon Grove. They're about here on the map, but you can only get there using a rowboat. Your compass will direct you to the Soulflame Rowboat, which you have to row all the way, and no, you can't attach it to your ship. You have to row. That means leaving your ship floating around the Reaper's hideout, which is a totally safe and absolutely normal thing to do.
Oh shit! Bloody pirates!
Anyway, once you get to Twin Groves, you'll meet a Reaper's Smuggler. If you don't row or your ship is within range of the island, they won't appear. He'll give you a relic cache, which you need to get to Cannon Grove. But before you leave, grab the Veiled Journal on the northwestern side of the island. Once you've traded in the cache with the Smuggler and Cannon's Grove, the last thing remaining to do is to kamikaze your rowboat into Golden Sands. Then you can complete the Servant's Path.
May the flame burn.
This adventure is a lot of rowing, and a lot of merchant running to and froing, but it's a great way to continue the story. The Soulflame Rowboats are scattered all over the seas. You can grab them and take them to Golden Sands if you support the Flame, or you can blow them up on the spot if you support Merrick. If you head on over to the Sea of Thieves website, you can see which side is winning in this giant battle of tug of war. Whichever team you're supporting, the next adventure seems to be continuing the saga that's shaping the Sea of Thieves. I wonder who'll come out on top. The next adventure is called The Forsaken Hunter. I can't wait to see where this takes us. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think or which team you support in the comments below. I've been Pratty Matty. Thanks for stopping by.